Hello, and here we are at EGX 2017 with Bomber Crew, making sure I get the name accurate there, Bomber Crew. And here's the two developers.
Hi.
Both of them. And for the benefit of the tape folks, your names are?
I'm John.
I'm Dave. Our company's called Runner Duck. Not Rubber Duck, Runner Duck.
Runner Duck.
Runner Duck.
Okay, that's the first question. Why Runner Duck?
Because we had to think of a company name and we saw a duck.
Well, as stories go, that's lacking a bit of punch, but it'll make sense. Yes. Now then, Bomber Crew. What was the inspiration for Bomber Crew?
So, really it came from playing B-17, the Mighty 8. I don't know if you remember that PC game, but that's like a World War II bomber simulation game.
Remember coming out?
Yeah, I used to love that game. I played it again recently, but found I didn't really have that much of a connection with the crew on board. And so we thought it might be a good idea for a game to mix in a bit of XCOM and maybe a bit of cannon fodder, and make a game where you have to recruit, equip, train your crew, upgrade your bomber, customize your bomber. And so when you take off on those missions, everything that happens is really important. You know, it really matters if you get shot down, it really matters if you lose a crew member.
Yeah, I've noticed you're not actually flying or performing in the tasks, you're directing others. So obviously your crew is important. How did you decide on the archetypes for the crew? Is it just...
So each character you recruit has a specific role, and it's all inspired by a real Lancaster bomber and a real crew. So you have your pilot, you have your navigator, your radio operator, a bomb aimer, a flight engineer, and a couple of gunners.
Oh yes, it's quite well armed, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. So the bomber has like 4 turrets, which you can upgrade, and it's very important to manage your gunners and make sure they're on the correct turrets for the direction that the enemy's attacking you in.
I must say, I'm also quite impressed with the external views. They are minimalistic, but detailed at the same time, and gives you a sense of distance and curvature.
Yeah, so with the art style, we went for something that was bold and that would read well, especially when you have the cutaway of the bomber. You want to be able to select the characters, so the characters are quite chunky. And then for the rest of it, basically we chose a style where, I mean, it's only me doing the art and John's doing the programming, so it needs to be something that is achievable for a small team, and also something that like gets across the feeling of you know, being 15,000 feet over Europe without having, you know, too many assets to create.
Yeah, so we've actually got the whole of Europe scaled down. So Dave's built the whole of Europe that you can fly around. So there's a lot in there. You know, our missions go all across different parts of it. So to get all that in, we had to have this style. Obviously, it's scaled down so the missions can last, you know, 10 to 20 minutes rather than a whole day or 8 hours.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of.
And the focus is always on the experience of the crew. So like all our design decisions have been to focus on like the little stories of the crew from when you recruit them to when they're lost or if they survive, if they manage to get through their 30 missions.
Right. So where do you think you are in development on this? Because what I've seen of it, there is a game there, the structure's in place. Where do you think you are?
It's out in 3 weeks.
Okay, close then.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
So it's out on Steam October the 19th, and then early next year we're doing consoles, doing PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
All three?
All three.
All three. Excellent. I'm taking the touchscreen controls on the Switch.
It will.
Yeah, makes sense. It'd be quite nicely at home on that, wouldn't it, really?
Yeah.
Oh. And I have to say, credit's due, when you hear the actual command, the pilot talking, we've gone through the simulated English, haven't we?
Yes, that's right.
And the rubber mask, but that might spoil the people the first time they hear it. That's good.
Yeah, there's a whole layer there with the game where the crew will actually, they'll say things as things are happening, and they sort of talk to each other. Oh, good shots, and nice shooting, and that's all going on whenever anything's happening in the game. There's kind of a lot of chatter going on. That's the sort of whole feeling. It lets you know what's happening, even if you're in the external view and you're looking at around the world. They're keeping you updated on actually what's happening inside the bomber as well. Yeah,
I've noticed there's a lot going on. It's just with time practice, you get more accustomed to the information you've been given. But it's a working world.
Yeah, that's right.
You're sitting in.
Yeah, it's basically a whole bunch of simulated systems.
Yeah.
Really. So there's like day-night cycles. The environment has oxygen levels and temperature. They change as you get higher. And then like the bomber's fully physically simulated. You can blast holes in it. You can lose engines. You can lose whole wings. People can fall out.
Very much a systems first design. We built all the systems and then we sort of filled it with content after that. So the content sort of plays off all the systems that are in there.
Right, so essentially just mission design after that.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now.
Excellent. Right, our regular viewer will know that we ask a question at the end. Yes, we know him by name now.
Excellent.
And where he lives. He can't stop watching. Right, the question to end all questions.
Yeah.
The question of the day, in not the year, decade and millennium. Are you ready for the question of questions?
Super Nintendo. Obviously.
Synchronized Super Nintendo. Instant win for Super Nintendo. So yeah, everybody else today's been Mega Drive, but Super Nintendo, yay. Cheers. So anyway, this is John.
Cool, I'm John.
And Dave.
Hi.
From...
Runner Duck.
I'm glad you said that, so I really...
Rubber Duck.
Yeah. Runner Duck with Bomber Crew.
Bomber Crew, that's right.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cool, cheers.